I didn't think that we ever can come up with another story and bring me back to life.
So I want to know who knew who got cast first.
I was told the story of the Terminator Dark Fate first, probably before anyone else, because I happened to ride motorcycles with Jim Cameron all the time. And so one time after the ride, he says, I have another idea for a Terminator. Listen to this one. I'm going to help you protect the girl. So I said to him, so you want to bring Linda Hamilton back? Because it sounds like she's part of that story. And he says, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go. I just want to hear what your reaction is to the whole thing. And I said, I think it's brilliant. It's fantastic.
When was the first time you guys either commiserated, or was it being on set that was the first time you guys saw each other in a while?
On set, but he came in for some makeup tests.
And we also talked FaceTime. When she was already working on a set with the rest of the cast, I would call in periodically and see how everyone is doing, how everything is coming along, because it helped me also as I was preparing for my character to hear and to see them all and to see the cast and all that stuff. So it was really wonderful to see the team effort that was going on there amongst the girls.
I'm done running. I'm gonna stand and fight.
Let's talk a little bit about being able to work with Linda and just having somebody that kind of helped create the genre of the female action hero.
It was an honor, an absolute honor to just be around her, seeing her work, doing a scene with her. Sometimes you forget you're acting. You're just amazed by the actress there, you know. She's amazing and she's so professional and disciplined, and she cares about every line, so it was really inspiring for us.
I changed the future. Saved 3 billion lives. Enough of a resume for you?
No.
I think my very first time meeting her was really impactful. She came to Ireland to do a screen test with me, which is such an indication of her character and generosity. As soon as I walked in the room, I was like, hi, Linda, I'm Mackenzie, it's so nice to meet you. And she was like, soldier stands with her, shoulders back. And I was like, yes, mother.
Talk. Talk fast.
You first.
In terms of being able to bring such a unique distinction between all three of the women in it, there is no cookie cutter, which is really wonderful. And was that something, as the women in the film, that could kind of shape the language? Did you put a lot of yourself into it to try to make it feel more organic to who you wanted these characters to be?
I think so much of that is casting, and then Tim being such a lovely director and being truly interested in us as humans and really focusing on not having this movie shot through a sort of action movie male gaze, but just as that we weren't women in an action movie, we were the heroes of the movie.
Never seen one like you before. Almost human.
I am human. Just enhanced.
Action movies don't always respect or honor age in characters, and I love that you both brought that to the characters so distinctly. Was there something that was really important for both of you to be able to show that? We get to see your Terminator aged, but we also get to see what years have done to Sarah.
Not much I can do about that. It's all right here. But I was totally willing to embrace that and bring an absolutely fully mature woman back. It was also important for me to not spring right up after I was hurt, to say, oh, she's hurt and it takes a little longer to get up. I mean, I'm gonna bring everything authentic that I can to the character.
Well, I have to say that I hate the idea of them always trying to make me look older than I am. I can see you're very upset. I mean, I'm 72. But I mean, I look okay. So what did they do? They say to me, that doesn't work for us. We have to put a scar on here. We have to put a hole in here. We have to go and make you squint and put makeup on. So when you open up your eyes, there's wrinkles then there. Then we have to go and create a beard and then make the beard gray to age you a little bit. I said, wait a minute, why do you need to age me? I'm 72 years old, goddammit. I said, what is going on here? So it's one of those crazy things that they have Hollywood has their own kind of a vision of what someone looks like when they're a little older. And I mean, it's perfectly fine if I look too young for the character and they want to age me, so be it.
Why not just let me have her?
Because we're not machines, you metal mother.
So when you are crafting this, and obviously there's a huge mythology, but you're doing this with James, and I'm sure you had in your idea things that you needed to honor, and then the things he thought that needed to be honored in the mythology. Did they cross paths, and was there synergy, or did you both kind of have ideas that needed to come to terms?
During the script development process, there was a healthy exchange of ideas. We don't agree on everything, which was fine. And he gave me a few, and some he didn't. There was a certain synergy because I like these films, and I like Aliens is probably my favorite film of all time. I love his movies, which means I like the way he thinks as a director, which means that there's going to be more synchronicity than not.
What is that?
Tell me a little bit about when you and Tim were talking. You have a legacy of mythology to pull from with the Terminators, and what did he want you to lean into, and what did you personally want to lean into so that you could be your own thing, but you also touch base with what had come before?
I think that they wanted him to have a charming quality, approachable quality. The fact that Ted Bundy could walk up to you in a park and all of a sudden you're gone, that always was there. It's okay to have a little fun, to flash a smile, and to give him a more human simulation. But still, you know, something is just slightly amiss with him.
What was your moment on set where you either had a pinch me moment or it was just one of those moments where you have your moment of realization of what you're doing?
There were a few of them. Of course, the moment where I stood in front of Arnold and Linda and they were both pointing big guns at me. Chasing after Arnold as he's shooting a machine gun at me. That was crazy. That's exactly what we're doing. We're making a Terminator movie.
Arnold's thing is I'll be back. Because your character is more subtle, was there a thing that you kind of defined as your, even in your own mind, if you think that this is my little thing now?
I mean, from the trailer, it seems to have taken some traction to the point where my wife's like, "Baby, you're a Jiffy." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Look at this," and she shows me on Instagram, like, if you type in Gabriel or Terminator, it's me as the Rev 9. It says my whole body is a weapon.
Expect a big ping, brother. The whole body's a weapon.
If you can get remembered for anything, that's a pretty cool thing. Because it's certainly a line that I had highlighted, underlined, circled. It was so good, and I wanted to do that well.
So there are tons of Easter eggs in this movie. For you, what was the favorite one that you were able to put in, and maybe the one that's going to be the hardest one that you kind of want people to go, "Oh, you got to really know your stuff for that one"?
In the barbecue where Gabe falls into the shed, they're playing the Dwight Yoakam song, Guitars and Cadillacs. And that's my little Easter egg, because that's the scene that he's walking into the bar and you play that. That was my big one. I try not to do that. I didn't even want to do the "I'll be back" thing, and they're like, "Tim, you gotta do the I'll be back." I'm like, "We've done it. It's been." "No, you got to do it." And I said, "Okay, well, if we're gonna do it, it's gonna be Sarah's line, and she's gonna throw it away like she doesn't even care about it," which I thought worked really well.
I'll be back.